Hello everyone. Question is Universal Containers UC wants to build a mobile application that will be making calls to the Salesforce REST API. UC's Salesforce implementation relies heavily on custom objects and custom Apex code. UC does not want its users to have to enter credentials every time they use the app. Which two scope values should an architect recommend to UC? Option A custom underscore permissions. Option B API. Option C refresh underscore token. Option D full. Correct answer is option B and option C. Question is Universal Containers UC is building an authenticated customer community for its customers. UC does not want customer credentials stored in Salesforce and is confident its customers would be willing to use their social media credentials to authenticate to the community. Which two actions should an architect recommend UC to take? Option A use delegated authentication to call the Twitter login API to authenticate users. Option B configure an authentication provider for LinkedIn social media accounts. Option C create a custom Apex registration handler to handle new and existing users. Option D configure SSO settings for Facebook to serve as a SAML identity provider. Correct answer is option B and option C. Question is Universal Containers UC is planning to deploy a custom mobile app that will allow users to get e-signatures from its customers on their mobile devices. The mobile app connects to Salesforce to upload the e-signatures as a file attachment and uses OAuth protocol for both authentication and authorization. What is the most recommended and secure OAuth scope setting that an architect should recommend? Option A ID. Option B web. Option C custom underscore permissions. Option D API. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is Universal Containers UC is successfully using delegated authentication for their Salesforce users. The service supporting delegated authentication is written in Java. Option A UC has a new CIO that is requiring all company web services by RESR full and written in .NET. Which two considerations should the UC architect provide to the new CIO? Sorry, this is also question. Now the options are started from option B. Option B delegated authentication will not work in a .NET service. Option C delegated authentication will continue to work with REST services. Option D delegated authentication will continue to work with a .NET service. Option E delegated authentication will not work with REST services. Correct answer is option C and option D. Question is Universal Containers UC has implemented an SP-initiated SAML flow between an external IDP and Salesforce. A user at UC is attempting to log in to Salesforce 1 for the first time and is being prompted for Salesforce credentials instead of being shown the IDP login page. What is the likely cause of the issue? Option A the redirect of to identity provider option has been selected in the My Domain configuration. Option B the user has not configured the Salesforce 1 mobile app to use My Domain for login. Option C, the redirect to identity provider option has not been selected the SAML configuration. Option D, the user has not been granted the enable single sign-on permission. Correct answer is option B. Question is, an architect needs to set up a Facebook authentication provider as login option for a Salesforce customer community. What portion of the authentication provider setup associates a Facebook user with a Salesforce user? Option A, consumer key and consumer secret. Option B, federation ID. Option C, user info endpoint URL. Option D, Apex registration handler. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.